Boker Tov, student. Boker Tov.
Boker Tov, Rabbi. Hannah's here and Pinky.
Mr. Pincus, how you doing this morning?
Where's the queering? Hannah, why are you here?
Alrighty, everybody. All right, let's start off our morning with some prayer and some Shema and the Ten Commandments. All right, Ellie, you're going to start us off today. Ellie, you're going to pray. You can do the Shema and you can do the Ten Commandments, Ellie. Let's see if you can do it. Pray for us, Ellie.
Say thank you, Lord.
Thank you, Lord.
For our class.
For our class.
And this day.
This day.
And all of us being here.
And all of us being here.
Teach us about your word. Now come on, say it loud. Say, teach us about your word.
Teach us about your world.
And thank you for your blessings.
Thank you for your blessings.
In Yeshua's name.
Amen.
Amen. All right, we're going to do Shema. Ready? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Shema Yisrael, Yehovah Eloheinu, Yehovah Echad, Baruch Shem Kivod, Malkuto, Le'olam Vayed. Hear Israel, the Lord our God is one God. She's not really too good with the Ten Commandments yet.
All right. Shmuley, do the Ten Commandments.
I'm your Lord, you God brought Egypt. Do not take the other gods beside my face. Do not take the name of the Lord in vain. Keep the Shabbat holy. Honor your mother and father. Do not murder. Do not cover adultery. Do not steal. Do not lie. Do not covet.
All right, very good, Shmooey. Good, very good job, Ellie Sheva. Very good job. All right, give a round of applause. A round of applause. All right. So today we're going to start our lesson out with, let's see, Allie Mae, read verse 19. 6 verse 19.
From everything, hang on, there's something blocking it. From everything living, from each kind of living being, you are to bring two into the ark, to keep them alive with you. They are to be male and female.
Okay, thank you, Ellie Mae. Thank you for reading for us this morning. All right, let's take a look at those birds. Okay, now the first thing that we got to look at is the word kind. Okay, the root word in Hebrew is min. Okay, means a species. Okay, all those, that picture that you see, let me get my little tool here, my little tool. Okay, get all these different types of birds. Who can name me, Ellie Sheva, can you name me some of the colors of the birds? Can you name me some color of the bird? What colors do you see on the birds there?
I see blue, green.
Blue and green.
What's this one?
That's red with yellow and blue.
Okay,
What's this one?
very good.
And was gray.
No, gray, yeah. What's that one? Red?
This peach.
A peach color, yeah.
Okay, very good. Let's see. Hadassah. Hadassah. And we also got Nana with us. Say, Hadassah, can you tell me some of the colors that you see with the birds?
I see blue, yellow, red, green,
Blue, yellow, red.
and white, black, pink.
Okay. Nana, can you tell me some colors that you see in the birds?
Oh, blue, peach, yellow, orange, red, green, blue.
Very good. What about this one down here? Anybody see this one down here? What color is that? Shmooey, what color is that?
Red.
Any other color on that one? Let me move the arrow a little bit so you can see a little bit better.
Baby, sit down. Sit down. Sit down.
Fingers, sit down.
Pinky, sit down.
Rabbi says sit down. Sit. Sammy, but what else? There's another color on the bird.
Purple.
Purple, wow. Okay. Now, what we're learning with the bird, the kind. Now, let me see if I could blow it up. Let's see. 1 second here. Now, some of the birds, let's see if I have my arrow. You see that? Everybody see that? What kind of beak, Yeshua, does that one have? The one with the blue and yellow? Is it a straight beak or is it a curved beak?
A curved beak because it's a parrot.
It's a parrot. It's got a curved beak. Is there a purple? Now, let me go over here to this white one. What kind of beak does that one have, Yeshua?
It's a curved one.
You sure it's curved, that one there?
Yeah.
Look close.
You could tell because it has a lump. And some of the part is straight. Some.
Okay, I think that one,
There's like a triangle.
okay, that one looks pretty straight to me. Let's see here. What about this one, Elisheva? Does that one have a straight one or a curved beak, Elisheva?
Can you see? Is that straight or curved?
Straight.
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 Straight, very good. All right, let's go over here. Hadassah, I'm going to pick another bird. This one here. Does that have a straight one or a curved one?
It's straight one because it's straight like this. I'm disappearing.
Okay.
Straight like this.
All right,
But like
Shmooey.
this.
Shmooey, what about this one? Shmuel, what about the blue one?
It's a parrot.
Okay, yes, it's a parrot. But is it got a straight or a curved beak?
Curvy.
You got a curved beak? Okay, it's got a curved beak. All right. Now, let's ask the question because we got straight beaks, curved beaks, curved beak. Let's see, we got a straight beak over here. Yeshua, why do you think we got different types of beaks? Would birds that have different type of beaks be the same type of species or kind?
They're different type of species.
They're different
Like
types.
for take example, the white one. They have different names. The white one on the top is a cockatoo.
Okay. But are they the same type? You know, you have different type of names. Shmooey's got his name and you got your name.
They have different type. I only know the cockatoo, but the words are very tiny.
What kind of birds do you have at your house?
The parakeets. They're right here behind your arrow.
The parakeets.
They're covering one. Next to the blue parrot. Behind the blue parrot.
Where? Over here?
No, behind the blue parrot, the small one.
Okay. Why do you think they have different types of beaks?
Because they're different species. Some are like for for hunting, maybe, for hunting small things, maybe.
Okay. You think they're for hunting? Elisheva. Why do you think the birds have different types of beaks? Like here we got this blue one. He's got a really sharp curved beak. But this one looks like he's got a straight beak. Why do you think they're different?
Wait. Say it again.
They eat different foods.
What do you think? What do you think the ones with the curved beak eat?
What do you think he eats? Well, he looks like a macaw, so he probably eats nuts.
He eats nuts.
The curved one up there.
The curved one up there.
Okay, you think he eats nuts. What about, does he eat meat maybe? Do some birds eat meat when they have curved beaks?
Yeah.
Yeah. Say
Okay.
yes.
Yes.
Then what about the straight beak ones? What do they eat?
Worms.
Worms.
Do you eat worms?
No.
Why not?
You eat worms. We eat different foods.
Why don't you eat, do you eat nuts?
No.
Yes, you do.
Yes, we do.
Okay, so you eat nuts like the parakeet? The curved beak?
They eat seeds.
They eat seeds.
Okay. All right, let's go over to Allie Mae. Now, Allie Mae will come up a little level. You know, we had to go with the little kids for a little bit, okay? So we'll make sure that you get some education today. Okay. Would Allie Mae, would the ones with the curved beak and the straight beak, would they be the same type of species?
They're well, like it says up there, they're all parrots. They're just all different types of parrots.
Okay, well, it's a picture of birds. Okay. Birds that have curved beaks, are they a different type of species than birds that have straight beaks?
Well, yeah, because they have different features about them, so they're different. They're different species because they don't they're not the same.
They're not the same. So the reason we're talking about this is we're trying to find out, because a lot of people say, well, how did Noah fit all these animals on the ark? The ark wasn't big enough to fit all the different type of animals. Okay, that's what we're looking at, guys, today. Okay, we're looking at that kind is a species. Okay, so you got all these different types of parrots. The ones with the straight beak would be one kind. The different one with a curved beak would be a different kind. Okay, because they're different. They're going to eat different foods. They're going to be made differently. Okay, so you have a grouping of birds. Okay. Now, we don't have the picture up there, but did anybody ever see different types of dogs? Like Allie Mae, you had dogs. Tell us about your dogs. What kind of dogs did you have?
I had boxers.
Boxers. Is a boxer a different type of dog than a poodle?
Yes.
What makes them different?
For one, poodles have some poodles are small and some are big. I guess it depends on which kind you get. Either you get the miniature poodles or you get the bigger poodles. Um, Poodles, when they have longer ears than boxers, they have curly fur and they have long tails. Boxers, you have to cut their tails off or dock their tails because if you don't, then their tails are so hard they might hit their tails against something, and it will either break that thing or break their tails, and it wouldn't be good. And boxers, they're related to pit bulls and bulldogs, but like they're not the same species. They're related. So.
Okay, very good, Abby. Telling us about your dogs. Hadassah, have you ever seen different types of dogs?
Different types of dogs, you know? I never see one before.
You never saw a dog before?
No.
No, you never saw a dog before. Yeshua, did you ever see a dog before?
And she has seen a dog before too, but
What
not
kind
too
of
much.
What kind of dogs?
I just we've seen Scout, the dog that he come.
Do you know what kind of
He's
dog
like
Scout? Do you know what
he's a
kind of dog
big
Scout
dog,
is?
but not that big.
Do you know what kind of dog Scout is?
He is almost I think, or maybe he is a golden retriever because his fur is gold.
Okay,
He's
so
a retriever.
a retriever. Okay.
A retriever is nice.
Elisheva, have you ever seen different types of dogs?
Yes.
Can you just tell me, explain what kind of dog you saw? What did the dog look like?
Oh, have Hades' dogs?
Haley's dog.
That's our neighbor. What kind of dogs does she have? She has 2 dogs. What dogs does she have? She has a big one.
She has a big dog.
What color? What color?
It was black.
She's black.
Okay. Does she have a second dog? You said she had 2 dogs.
Yes. And the other dog, you remember the other dog's name? Kiara.
Kira.
Kira. Oh,
What color is Kira?
She's black.
Oh,
Like
you
a-
have 2 black dogs?
she's like a blackish brown. Like
Okay. Well, when you used to live in New Jersey, did your neighbors have a dog?
Arlene, Miss Arlene. Remember her dog puppy? Rodeo?
His name is Royal. Miss Lean.
Arlene's puppy.
What color was Rodeo?
It's gray and black and white.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there were different colors, but did they have the same? Did they have the same type of nose? Did they have 4 feet?
4 feet.
Okay, so they had 4 feet, and they had pretty much the same type of nose, right?
No.
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. What about the other dogs, your neighbor dogs now? Do they look alike, like Rodeo? They might be a little bit bigger or
No,
smaller.
he's a little bit smaller and he's getting taller.
The big one is a Great Dane,
Mm-hmm.
and the small one is a Rottweiler.
A pitbull.
Pitbull, excuse me.
Pitbull.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So they got the same type, similar types of noses, right? Their noses look the same?
Do their noses look the same, Allie?
No.
Okay, say that to Papa.
No.
Their noses don't look the same, or they do?
Have you seen, their noses look the same when you see Kira and Haley?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's about
Yes.
Okay. All right. So what we're talking about here is the dogs. We're talking about species, kind. Okay. The dogs are all the same. They might be taller or shorter, different colors, but they're the same pretty much. They're a species. A dog is a species. Okay. Like a wolf is similar to a dog. It's the same species because it doesn't have different types of body parts, bigger or smaller. And humans have to cut the tail off of, think of a boxer that Ali said, right? Humans cut off, but the dog doesn't cut his own tail off. Okay. So, but we look at our picture here. This bluebird up here at the top, this has a hooked beak, very sharp hooked beak. Okay, but all the dogs we were talking about all have the same type of face. Similar, they got mouths, but they don't have a different type of beak like a bird would. Okay, some birds have straight beaks, some birds have hooked beaks. And they're different types of species because they're going to eat different things. All the dogs are going to eat the same type of stuff. Okay? So when the people that don't believe in the Bible say, well, how did Noah put all the stuff on the ark? We got all these type of stuff and things like this. It says each kind of living being. So cats. Now listen up, Land. Listen up, guys. A lion is a cat. Okay? A lion is a cat. But sometimes we have cats that live in our house. I don't know why, but some people like cats. Okay? Now, a cat that lives in our house is similar to a lion because a cat that lives in our house will eat a mouse. Yeah, they will. When we lived in New Jersey, in Bloomfield, our next door neighbor had a cat, had a couple of cats, and there were mice in the building, and the cats would eat the mice. Okay? And a lion will eat flesh also because it's a cat. Okay? It's a cat. Okay? The bird with a hook beak, some birds with a hook beak will eat flesh. Okay? The bird has a different type of thing. So it's a different type of species when it has different things it's going to eat. Okay? All right. So now we were talking about the other day, we were talking about corruption. Okay? We're going to move on to a different topic. So little kids, pay attention. I'm going to come back to you guys, little ones. Okay? Let's refresh our memory about corruption because we're going to then go. We're going to talk about corruption for a second, and then we're going to talk about this picture. Okay, so first, let's go over to Hadassah. Hadassah, do you remember what the word corruption means, Hadassah? Corruption?
Corruption means like that people don't listen to God and they don't want to listen. That they said they don't want the Bible anymore.
Okay, that was very good. Shmooey, sit up.
Sit up.
Shmooey, what can you explain what corruption is? We talked about it a couple of times this week because we're going to need that word. We're going to need that understanding.
Corruption means that somebody doesn't like the Lord and they don't worship, they don't listen, they don't teach.
Okay, very good, Shmooey, very good. Nana, Nana, do you ever not listen to mommy?
B.
Do you,
Mommy, yes. She
Nana, wait.
do you sometimes get in trouble with mom?
Mommy, yeah, I get in trouble. Mommy, yeah, she gave me a ball to get to put me in the corner. And then mommy, yeah, she say no playing with stuff. And mommy say no playing, no.
Okay, so when you don't listen,
No,
that's
baby.
so when you don't listen, Nana, that's called corruption. That's bad. Okay, so we're talking about that for a minute, everybody. Okay, because we need that. Because sometimes God gets real mad. Okay, Ali Mae, would you read us this verse number 6, and then we're going to go over to you, Elisha.
Noah was 600 years old when the water flooded the earth.
Okay, he was an old man. Okay, Elisheva. Does that man here, does he look scared, Elisheva?
Does he look scared? Say,
Yes.
Why do you think he's scared?
why do you think he's scared? Look around. What's going on in the picture? What do you think is happening to him?
Is that sand or water?
Water.
Lots of.
Lots of. What's this over here, Elisheva?
Oh, what's that?
A book
What?
is a book.
Okay. Is it called something else besides a boat?
Remember, we were reading about Noah last night.
Not last night.
He made a ship. Why did he make a boat?
He made a ship like a boat.
But why? Remember, we were reading that.
We were reading that.
No, honey, I'm asking you. Do you remember we read that last night?
Mhm.
Okay, so
What did he make? What was it called? Was it called a ship?
Ship.
no, what's the name?
Ark.
An ark. Very good. All right. Let me go over to Allie Mae. Allie Mae. Now we're going to engage Allie Mae's brain. What's the difference between an ark and a ship? How tall it is?
Well, maybe I think maybe that it would be, for one, a size difference, perhaps. I mean, I know there are big ships, but
Like an aircraft carrier is a pretty big ship.
yeah, I think an ark is smaller than ships.
Okay, so can we build arcs? Do we build anybody building an ark? Does our Navy have any arcs?
No, they could build an ark if they wanted to, but
Well,
yeah,
what do you think would be some of the other differences besides size?
well, arks are meant to carry things like people and animals and stuff like that.
Aren't ships meant to carry things?
But yeah, um,
The ark doesn't have a sail, right?
yeah, the ark doesn't have a sail.
Do ships have sails?
Most ships do.
Okay.
Either that or like an engine. The ark doesn't have an engine.
The ark doesn't have an engine. Okay, then we're getting there. Anything else that you can think of that might be different?
um, Made out of wood. A lot of most ships are made out of like metal, stuff like that.
So you're thinking ships were made of. What about Noah's time, where
They were made out of wood then. I mean, they didn't have any metal. They didn't think to make boats out of metal.
well, Christopher Columbus, when he sailed here trying to get to India, to bring the gospel, well, he had a wood boat or an ark. What do you think, Allie Mae?
I think he had a wood boat.
So what made it a boat and not an ark?
For one, the sails, because the ark, like we said, the ark doesn't have sails. And he had to be able to go places and not like be uncontrollable. Because the ark, you can't really steer where it's going. You steer the boat or the ark. It's really hard to know where you're sailing to your ark.
Why can't you steer the ark? It's too
Because
big.
there's no steering in it. There's no sails. There's really nothing to steer it with. There's no engine.
Okay, you got it right. That's the difference. The difference between an ark and a boat is not the sails. Okay. Well, the ark doesn't have sails. A boat may have sails. Now listen up, everybody. Okay. The ark doesn't have a steering mechanism. Yeshua, what is a steering mechanism?
A steering mechanism
Mechanism.
is like when the pirates have like a steering on the back of the boat. When they move that wheel, like, and
So what's the wheel?
the part of the boat moves.
What's the wheel doing on the back of the
What's
boat?
the wheel doing? Is
Yeah.
steering the boat out of danger, like rocks, sharp rocks that could wreck it.
How is it doing that?
How's it doing that?
Yeah. How is the wheel doing that?
The steering is one part like a flat piece of wood and a stick that's holding the flat piece of wood connects to the pieces of the wheel, and when they move the wheel, it'll move that flat piece of wood all the way in the back. It'll move, and it'll be like a tail of a fish, like a tail of the fish, but on top of the water, but is a boat moving it.
Very good, Yeshua. Very
like
good.
This.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Very good. Yeshua told us some really good information. An ark does not have a steering wheel, like a car has a steering wheel. Okay? The ark, boats have something called a rudder. Okay? Older boats like that had a rudder, and you would turn the steering wheel would direct the rudder in the back of the boat like a fish. Everybody make a fish. Make a fish. Okay, make a fish. The back of the fish, that's how they change direction. They change their tail. Okay? The ark did not have a tail. Okay, the ark did not have a tail. Allie Mae, why didn't the ark have a tail? Why didn't God, Jehovah, tell Noah to build him a tail, a rudder?
Because he really didn't have to go anywhere. He wasn't trying to go anywhere. He was just trying to stay out of the flood. Because I mean, there was gonna be nowhere he could go anyways. Because there would be no land after the flood.
So he just had them build something to float in?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, so that way, for one, that way it won't sink. And then for another, so that way he can not drown.
You're not drowned. Okay, it's not drowned. All right. Let's see. Let's go over to Shmooey. Shmooey. Why couldn't they guide the ark where they wanted to go? What do you think, Shmooey? Why didn't the ark have a tail like a fish?
Because it doesn't have any tail.
Why? Poor K.
Because the Lord made boats, many boats that look like small ones, and look like big ones, and medium ones, and different kinds.
Yeah, I know he made different kinds, Shmooey, but why didn't the ark have a tail? Wait, Noah couldn't direct where
Because
he
it's
needed to
not a
go.
whale or fish.
It's not a whale.
It's not a whale.
But why do other boats have tails where you can direct them where you want them to go? Shmooey, you're next. What do you think, Shmooey?
Because it's an ark.
Okay. All right, Yeshua, and then Elisheva. Yeshua, what do you think? Why didn't Jehovah tell Noah to put a tail on the ark?
Because they weren't invented yet.
No. They might have been.
They
Maybe
weren't invented yet.
he had them build
God
a
was
boat.
the steering wheel. God was the steering wheel.
God was the steering wheel?
Yes.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that, Yeshua?
What I mean by that is they first didn't know how the steering wheels. The
You know
steering wheels weren't there.
But God told Noah
Nobody
how to
made steering
God
wheels.
listen. Well, God told Noah how to build the ark. You know, he told him to build it this size, this many decks. Okay. Couldn't he have told him how to put a steering wheel on it?
Maybe.
Why didn't he?
Because it was he was directing where the ark should be going, like a captain.
Who was the captain?
God.
Okay, God was the captain. All right, let me ask Elisheva, and then I'll go back to Ali Mae. Elisheva, why didn't God tell Noah to put a steering wheel or a tail on the ark?
Okay, why? Why didn't Jehovah put Noah to put a steering wheel in the ark?
There's no steering wheel.
But why? Okay, who's taking care of that ship or that ark?
God.
Mm.
God was taking care of it? Wasn't he going to bump into some rocks?
Yeah, there's a rock right there.
Yeah, there's a rock right there. Like the person's trying to hang on to it, right?
And he's trying to get on it.
You're trying to get on the rock.
That's point.
I'm sorry.
And then over here, the person's hanging on the rock. Wouldn't it be good if this ark had a steering wheel so it could drive around them?
He was getting on the tree and they're trying to get on.
Okay, well, listen to Papa's question.
Well, why? Why doesn't the ark have a way to steer it around the rocks?
There's no steering wheel on it.
Why? I'm asking you why. Por qué?
Why?
Por qué? Por quoi?
God is moving the boat to take someone else, and they're trying to go this way.
Okay.
Okay, Allie. Second, Allie Mae. Allie Mae. Why didn't he put a steering wheel in this thing? I mean, he told them how to build a door, told them how to build the dimensions, how high, how long, how wide. Couldn't he have given them directions how to make a steering wheel so he could go around the rocks? Didn't you think it was be kind of bumpy?
Yeah, he could have, but it he didn't have to because the rocks would have been covered up by the water anyways. The ark would have been floating right over.
Yeah, well, for a while, it's gonna bump into rocks, houses, mountains. Don't you think it would be good to go around the mountain?
Yeah.
Why do you think he didn't put a steering wheel in it?
Mm, yeah.
Come on, let's think. Because it's gonna be, it's gonna run into this rock over here, gonna crush that guy. The ark's gonna crush that guy. Okay? There's people over here trying to hang on the rock. It's gonna crush
That's
those
okay.
people. Okay? Well, what if the log floats all the way over here and right in front of the ark, and the ark comes and runs
Oh,
right over the people?
and the log and them will be underwater.
Wouldn't it be better if he could steer around the people? Like, Noah can maybe stand up here on the top. Steering wheel would have been at the top, and he could have steered the ark around people and, things like that.
Yeah, but if God's flooding the earth and he's trying to get rid of those people, why would God give him steering to go around the people?
Oh, so he wants Noah to be a demolition derby.
Maybe.
You think God would be like that?
I don't know.
Well, think about it for a second. You're my only teenager there today.
Yeah, and I don't like being the only teenager.
The other girls had to do something to this morning. Okay. So why do you think, what would be the purpose of him not putting a steering mechanism like this? Like we'll look at this picture for a sec. Jehovah told Noah, let's say this is Noah, how wide to build the door. You see the deck here and a different deck here. He tells him how to build it. It's got a certain depth, okay, certain height. He was really very specific on how it was supposed to be built. It was very specific. The dimensions and how high and how many decks and all this different stuff and where to put certain animals and blah, blah, blah.
Mm.
But if we go back to this picture, he doesn't tell him to put a steering wheel in. Why?
Mm. Maybe he doesn't need steering because he, like I said, once once the earth is fully flooded, then he really won't have anywhere to go.
Okay, well that's a good beginning. Well, maybe in the middle of the flooding, though, maybe when the water's 20 feet high, you're still gonna have trees that are over 20 feet high, right, Allie? So wouldn't it be good to steer around the trees that are over 20 feet high, or a mountain like it's going, and then going to a mountain? Could that damage the ark? So why wouldn't you put a steering wheel in it?
Um,
Yes, Hadassah, that's right. Well, fish has the fish has a tail, and it steers the fish. Why? Maybe I'll ask Hadassah. Hadassah, why do you think Jehovah didn't put a steering wheel? Why didn't he put a fin, a tail on the ark?
Because it's because God is the captain and he's controlling it this way and that way, the left and right.
God is the captain.
For controlling.
Oh, that's an interesting one, Melly. What Hadassah said. God is the captain. What's the job of the captain, Hadassah? What's the job of the captain, Hadassah? Unmute, Yeshua.
And it's God is the captain to steer it that way and this way. His job is to steer it that way, this way.
Okay, Yeshua, what's the job of the captain?
The captain is in charge of looking, like asking and telling people what to do, telling the shipmates what to do.
Captain's in charge of telling the shipmates what to do. Okay, so if God is the captain of the ark, what's he going to be telling them to do?
That's a good question.
If God is the captain,
Why
and the captain tells people what to do, the ark doesn't have a rudder. It doesn't have a steering wheel.
it doesn't have a steering wheel, but God was just steering the boat. He didn't tell what Noah was supposed to do. They just fed the animals and everything.
Okay. All right. This is a good discussion. Hadassah came up with a really good answer. Okay. God is the captain, Allie Mae. He is going to direct the ark where he wanted it to go. Okay. Jehovah had a plan all the time as to what he wanted the ark to do. Okay. Now listen up, everybody. The only righteous people was Noah and his family. They're the only ones that are going to be in the ark. Now let's go back to this picture because it's a very scary picture. And pay attention to the picture, young kids. Okay? Elisheva. This lady over here, where I put my marker. Do you think she's scared?
Is she scared? Look at her face.
She's scared.
Very scared.
Why is she scared?
What's happening to her? What happens when that water goes up, 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 up?
The water goes up.
And it drowns.
She's going to drown. Ooh.
What is drowning? Can you tell me what drowning is?
Like someone dies.
Okay.
Somebody dies. Very good. All right, let's go over to Shmooey. Shmooey. Does that lady look scared, Shmooey?
Yeah.
Why is she scared?
She's scared from the water.
Are you scared of water?
Yeah.
You're scared of water? Why are you scared of water?
Because I can sink and drowning. I will drown and sink
What does it mean to drown?
because the water is so deep, 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 deep to the fishes.
Okay. Well, what is drowning? You didn't tell me what drowning is. You said a word. I got to make sure you understand what the word means.
Drown? Sink. No, tell it to Rabbi. Drowning means the people they go down and they have water in the eyes. Oh,
Well, you didn't tell me what drowning meant. You really? Yeah, you used the word drowning. Why is this woman scared of drowning? Why is this man? Does he look scared, Shmooey? Does he look scared, Shmooey?
Yeah.
Why is he scared?
Because the water's drowning him down.
Okay, Hadassah, what does the word drowning mean?
Drowning means like somebody's sinking
Okay, what
down
happens?
the water.
What happens when they sink?
What happened? What happened?
And they get die. They die. They
What
die.
happens?
They sink.
What happens when you die, Hadassah?
You go up in heaven.
Do you think these people in the picture are going to go to heaven?
No, they're going to hell because they disobey God.
So
They're going to hell.
they're afraid to drown because they're going to die and go to hell?
Yeah.
Why are they going to go to hell?
Because they didn't listen to God.
But did they have a Bible?
No, they throw it out to the garbage because they don't want to listen.
Was the Bible written yet?
No. Well, no one read it, but the people know.
Okay. Let me go over to Allie Mae. Allie Mae. What happens when these people drown, Allie Mae?
When they go to hell. That's what happens. They go to hell
Why are they going to hell?
because they didn't listen to God. They kept doing all the bad things they wanted to do.
But they were living under grace because the Bible wasn't written.
The Bible was in their hearts.
Is it in our hearts today?
Yeah, it will always be in our hearts.
So that means so people say we're living under grace today, right?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
What that means is that they think that we can do whatever we want and we don't have to listen to the Bible. That we'll just go to heaven either way.
Well, you just said these people in the picture, you said the people in the picture, they're going to hell.
Yeah.
But they're living under grace.
They're not actually living under grace. That's what they say they are doing.
Well, people say we're living under grace today.
Yeah, but they're not actually living under grace. That's what they think they are doing. They're not actually living under grace.
So these people are scared to go to hell because they did something wrong?
They're scared to drown. They're scared of the water.
But they're not scared of God.
They're not scared of God.
They're not scared that he's going to send them to hell.
No.
Why do they look scared in the picture?
Like I said, they're scared to drown. They're scared of all the water. I mean, I'm sure that if they knew that God was going to send them to hell, then they would be really scared.
You think they didn't know?
No, they didn't. They like you said, they thought they were living under grace, and so I guess they thought they were going to go to heaven or whatever.
They thought they were going to go to heaven. That's why they're trying to not die.
I mean, I'm sure everybody's pretty scared whenever they're about to drown. I wouldn't want to drown.
Well, you drown, a couple of minutes, you're going to be in heaven, right?
Yeah, but still.
4 minutes, and you're going to be in heaven. So you think the people in this time didn't know, Allie?
Well, I'm sure they did know that they would go to hell because of all the stuff that they did. Like, uh, I'm sure they were drinking and all kinds of stuff. And I mean, I'm sure they knew, but I guess they just didn't think it would happen like right that second.
Well, once it's happening, I mean, all these people in this picture, I mean, sure there was more people, right?
Yeah.
And Noah was building the ark for like 100 years, right?
Yeah.
And they didn't believe him that the Lord was going to flood the earth, right?
Right.
So now the flooding is coming, and they're afraid to die, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why are they afraid to die?
Because they know where they're gonna go.
You sure they knew where they're going to go?
Mm-hmm.
But the Bible wasn't written.
The Bible was in their hearts.
Is it in your heart today?
Of course, it's in everybody's hearts today.
So was God just in what he was doing?
Yes.
Killing all those people?
They were corrupt.
What if he did something like that today? I mean, he's not going to flood the world, the whole world. But what if he brought up certain parts?
It'd be because people weren't listening to him and because they weren't um doing what he asked everybody to do. It's because they were corrupting everybody else on the earth. They were populating more people to be corrupt on the earth, and there's not enough people to serve him.
Okay. All right. Good discussion, everybody. Good discussion today. We've come to the end of our class today. Shmooey, close us in prayer. Close us in prayer, Shmooey.
Thank you, Lord, for this day, for giving us. For please make everybody better, and please make it elbow like fun and make and it's your thing. Amen. Bye.
Have a good day, everybody.
Bye.
It's
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye, Ellie.
Bye. Bye, Allie. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Bye, Ellie.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
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 Chill. Bye.
Bye.
God bless you. God bless.